And next is Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds.
Thank you, Governor. It's a pleasure to be here. You know, over the past 8 months, we have seen illegal immigration just soar, and in fact, it's becoming a migration. And Joe Biden has done absolutely nothing to confront this self-inflicted crisis. As chief executives of our state, Republican governors have come together to discuss what we expect the federal government to take action on so that we can stop the crisis and humanitarian crisis that's happening at this border. You know, the security, we have seen, we need Joe Biden to step up and lead. We can do this by enacting common sense policies that will reduce never-ending programs. But his policies have done just the exact opposite. What we're seeing coming out of the Biden administration is incentivizing actual migration, and illegal crossings is at a 20-year high, including the crossings of unaccompanied children. And what they're doing after that is they're secretly transporting them into our states across this country. And Iowa is one of those states. In April, we had 15 unaccompanied minor girls that were flown into the Des Moines airport in the middle of the night, and then they were boarded on charter buses. And after we were made aware of this happening in the state of Iowa, we reached out to the Biden administration to ask them if they were responsible for this action taking place. And for over a month, they denied any involvement in this action. And so we were concerned that it could be human trafficking. And so we used our own resources to continue to investigate the plane that had 19 young women being dropped off in the state of Iowa and moved to charter buses. After weeks of denying that they had no involvement in it whatsoever, they finally admitted that it was their administration that was responsible for that plane landing in the state of Iowa. I can tell you Tennessee has a similar story, as well as Iowa. So if this is happening in Iowa, and if it is happening in Tennessee, this is happening in states all across our country. And at a minimum, this administration should not only provide transparency, but they should notify governors across this country when illegal migrants and unaccompanied children are being dropped off in our state, because then we become responsible for them. So that is a policy solution that he could enact tomorrow. In addition to that, he should require the Office of Refugee Resettlement to enforce that policy action. In addition to that, they need to resume the deportation of all convicted criminals. When President Biden took office, the first thing he did was to issue an executive order that ordered ICE to do limited deportations. That is unacceptable. That should have never happened. All convicted illegal criminals need to be deported, and that is another thing that he could do tomorrow.